is gonna do the next week. So two pairs that I'm actually looking at for this week is GBP USD, which I'm looking at around 500 plus pips to the downside, and also gold around 1,300 pips to the downside. So first, let's see it from the daily time frame so that we can analyze this guy together. So this is GBP USD. Just gonna delete this. This is GBP USD right now. So from the higher time frame, I can see based on this market has been forming higher highs and higher lows. The market has been forming higher highs and higher lows. You can see that this is the last high, low, higher, low. Then it gave a higher high here until it started coming to the downside, right? So this now, for a Quasimodo pattern, this is a left shoulder and price has pushed up. Now this is acting as a right shoulder. So that is why if price has just been giving continuously, if you notice there is an internal market structure here which is higher highs and higher lows, right? If it has just continued, then we'll know that okay, this left shoulder is not reacting, but price is currently reacting to it. It has even changed character here, so it shows that this left shoulder is holding the market. So since the left shoulder is holding the market, then we can say, okay, what do we expect when a Quasimodo pattern form? It's expected that this will be the left shoulder and this will be the right shoulder. Then price will drop all the way to the downside. So that is why. So however, these horizontal lines, these black lines areas, these are places that I have set in place, my key levels where I am expecting market to, or price to react to. I am expecting the market to react to these my black zones, even if it doesn't reverse the market. However, it can either maybe form a little bit of consolidation around there or some pullback before it continues, or it can just break it. So there are levels that there is possibility of market to react around them. So this is from daily time frame. I can see that price is expected to come around 1.20482. So real quick, I'm gonna go to 4-hour time frame. So on 4-hour time frame now, because we have seen the bigger picture already on daily time frame, 4-hour time frame now, we are not going to be focusing on what is happening within this cycle. Yes, that is what we need to focus on now. What's happening within the cycle. So I can see this was the last. After this whole, you can see this impulsive move, then this correction move. You can see forming lower lows and lower highs, and then market give an impulsive move again to the upside here, and then price push down, up, down, consolidating within this boss. But however, guys, there's a way we can also look at for this. Now, since we've seen this big picture of this consolidation and this impulsive move, so this whole movement, actually, price has been consolidating around here. If you notice this, let me mark them. If you notice, guys, this right here, this is the last higher high that the market gave. This is the last higher high the market gave. This is the last higher high. The market came here for a higher low. Then it gave a new higher high here. Right? So let's see, has price ever closed below this last higher low? If that has happened, then we have a change of character. This is the last higher low, this. So we set our ruler at the tip, the lowest point price got to. So if a candle closed below it, then we have a change of character. Yes, a candle has closed below it. Look at it. So this guy closed below it, so we have a change of character. What do we expect? We expect price to push up for a lower high, then comes down for a lower low. So that is enough for us to confirm. Another way we can also do this is by spotting out this head and shoulder pattern that is formed here. This is a left shoulder, this is the head, and this being the right shoulder. price has broken the neckline. This is the neckline. Price has broken the neckline, pushing up for a retest and then ready to drop. That is how it is. So we've gotten multiple confirmation why this guy is gonna drop. So for no reason should anyone tell me it's gonna buy and then I'm gonna change my bias, because I have gotten multiple confirmation that GBP USD is gonna sell. So haven't gotten that, because so from what I am waiting now, I can now push up from here due to the fact that this is the highest point price got to before this before it finally got to break structure here. That's changing character. Now it can push up following the OB system. This is the guy that took out liquidity from this high area. Yes, this is the guy that took out liquidity, this long candle here. So if I'm to mark out that OB, the first OB, or rather the main OB from this whole sequence, I'm going to mark it from here. That is the candle. You can see. So anywhere from here, I will expect this sell to continue. So when price gets up to tap into this OB, then I can expect the sell to fire all the way to the downside. Then another way I can also use is to focus on this low right here, this internal lower highs, higher highs and higher lows that is forming here. This is the last lower high, then higher high, higher low. A new higher high was formed here. You can see this guy, and then price swept, price changed character to the downside. Market needs to come tap in, so this way this candle will be our order block. You can see very similar. So this candle will be our order block, but for me right now I'm going to be using this candle as the overall order block. And then what will I want to trade? I will want to take a sell from here, but currently I'm already on this buy, holding it to this area. So I'm going to be looking for a sell around here all the way to the downside. So let's see how that trade might look like. So entry here, entry around here, stop loss below, slightly above the order block, and then we're targeting it all the way to the downside. We know our targets. Go back to daily time frame to go mark out the targets. Okay, you can see this is where we're targeting around 695 pips. That's almost 700 pips. So this is what I'm going to be trading on GBP USD. You can see GBP USD trade setup. This is it. But however, once the market is open, we can also find a way to get very sniper entry around here, such that our stop loss will be reduced. That is, if we don't set limit. If you don't set limit, you can actually wait for price to kind of dive into this other block better, and then you see a change of character on the lower time frame, then you can want to dive into it from there. So that way you can also increase your risk to reward. So this is currently 1 to 11. So that's it about GBP USD. Then the next is ZAR USD, which is gold. So let's see on gold, very similar system on daily time frame for gold. So my first reason for gold is that gold is at a key level. This key level right here, you can see this black line. This was the first attempt, 2023 May, unable to break it. Here again, 4th of December 2023, still unable to break it with a long weak rejection, and then right here again. So gold has pushed all the way to the downside. Gold broke the trend line from here. So breaking this trend line, I am expecting gold to come down to this next key level, and from there to this next one. If it succeeds in breaking it, then to this next one. Again, let's see gold from the weekly time frame again. Okay, there's it on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame on gold, we have the system of higher highs and higher lows. This is higher high, this is higher low. Let me use the marker. On gold right here, we'll have this higher high, higher low, then a higher high, a higher low. Now we've gotten a higher high. So don't you think we might get a higher low again? Then before probably we can get another higher high if the market provides. But however, this is my main target for gold, this key level right there. So if it succeeds in breaking this one, then I will expect gold to come here. That is all I have for gold right now. So let's go to 4-hour time frame where we can be able to get an entry on that. So gold broke my trend line, as you can see. Gold broke the trend line, so that is already giving me a sell opportunity right here. Look, gold broke this trend line, and gold on 4-hour time frame, gold is currently forming lower lows and lower highs after the long wave. This is the external market structure. We give this high, then low. It was not able to break the high, and then kept on sliding to the downside. It took out this low already, as you can see, took out this current low. So gold is currently free. If this guy, it took out this low already, so gold is currently bearish, forming lower lows and lower highs. This was the last lower high, give a lower low, give a lower high here, then now a lower low. What do I expect? A lower high, and then come down for a lower low. So this is the first target for gold. Once gold succeeds in breaking down, then it's going to continue floating to the downside to this next level. So this is actually my target for gold. So how do we now trade this guy? Let's try to fit in a trend line to it, connecting from this first high to the second high, and then extend it to the downside. So let's see if gold might want to come tap into my trend line so that I can be getting a sell opportunity right there. And I can see this guy, just the way you see, this long wick candle swept liquidity from this side, and then this became our order block. Price gave a low and then came back here to tap into the OB and then drop to the downside. So right here, this guy also swept liquidity from this candle, right? This liquidity zone here swept liquidity to the upside. So if I'm to mark out an order block on gold right there, then this candle is my OB, whereby I can have something like this, you can see. But however, I'm still expecting it to push up into the other block very well. I'm going to go on a lower time frame to get an OB for gold, so that we'll get a perfect entry from it. So however, this is what I'm watching out from gold, to come tap into this trend line and then drop to the downside. So let's see 1-hour time frame. So on 1-hour time frame, we have just similar movement, very similar movement. So the same thing in terms of the other block. So we got the high, then the low. Now price has taken out this high. You can see price has taken out this high, forming an inverse head and shoulder, or a Quasimodo pattern, an inverse Quasimodo pattern on the 1-hour time frame. What's expected? Gold is expected to push up for an equal high or a higher high into the zone. So at the touch of that trend line, I'll be going in for a sell on gold. So we'll be selling gold from that point, and then our trade can now be like this: entry around here, entry around here. As soon as gold goes around this trend line, then we'll force TP1 right there. Our stop loss is just gonna be above this high, above this previous high. Yeah, just place the stop loss above the previous high. In other words, above, slightly above this other block here, slightly above the other block, and then I'm targeting this area. So this is gonna be around 1.1 to 8 weeks to reward trade. But however, first take profit should be 1979. That should be first TP 1979. That should be our first TP. So since there's a break of trend line, it makes this the first take profit, and then if it succeeds in taking out there, it comes here as TP2, right? So if it succeeds in taking out this one here, but I'm gonna be using this as my TP in case this guy wants to use this area as a left shoulder. In case market wants to use this after using this as a right shoulder, maybe this can want to be the head, and then it can come here to form a right shoulder. So that's why I'm taking my take profit right there. So that is all about gold, guys. So lastly, we might also want to check Euro USD. Euro USD is also looking good for a sell. Euro USD is also looking good for us. Broke out of my trend line, needs to push up to retest this trend line and then drop. That is what I'm expecting for Euro USD. Let's see for our time frame. Head and shoulder confirmed right here. This is the head, left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder broke off head and shoulder pattern. A retest is coming up right here, probably retest to this trend line or around the upside, then a drop. That is what I'm expecting. Euro USD tap here and then drop. So first target here and then drop to the downside, then another target is here. Same pattern on Euro USD, a QM pattern incoming Quasimodo pattern. As you can see, thereby this is for the Quasimodo pattern. This is the left shoulder. This is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder has just formed. So when the left, you can see that that's giving this high, low, higher, high, change of character. QM pattern that is forming a lower high and then it's coming down here. If it breaks here, coming down for a lower low. USD. So from Euro USD, we have around how many pips to catch? Entry around here. So on Euro USD, around 570 pips to catch. So when you are able to get into this kind of trades, you just relax and let the market do the work for you. So that is it for now. And